Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello. Satnam, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. We are going to talk today. This is the very first time I'm doing this on the channel, is a human design transit reading for the full moon in Aries that is happening tomorrow. So I'm sure you guys are feeling already the intensity of this full moon, and I would love to know if you can tell me in the chat, how are you guys feeling? How is the energy feeling? Right now, Pluto has already gone direct, and I do feel a difference, although I feel like slightly discombobulated. I don't know what it is, but it just feels a little bit funky. The energy feels a little bit funky. I'm hoping that tomorrow it'll feel better, but I'm so excited because we're going to dive into the human design chart. So yesterday, or no, it wasn't yesterday. Yesterday we did mini readings, but on Thursday I went over the astrology chart of the full moon. So today we're going to do the human design, and I do talk a little bit about the human design gate in the other broadcast, but in this one we're going to go a little bit deeper into where the planets are in the human design chart. So this is exciting because I've never done it before here on this channel, but we'll see how it goes. Again, if you're here live, thank you for being here. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay, and please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. And then also make sure to download my free moon astrology guide. It'll tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. It'll enter you into my email list, and I send a weekly moon magic report, which is basically the astrology for the week ahead. And people love receiving that in their inbox every Wednesday morning. So let me say hi to everybody that's here in the chat. We've got Nelvin. Hello, welcome in. We've got Lynette. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Mom. Mama Oh, so good to see you. We've got Kimberly here. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of dive right in. It also, if you're new, make sure to always check out the links in the description of my videos. They are the ones that have all the information about the current workshops that are going on, the webinars that are going on, if there's any live events coming up, any programs coming up. I'm excited to start promoting the Moon Goddess Training 2023. That's going to be amazing. And I'm so excited for eclipse season, although I think it's going to be kind of intense. I am actually really excited about it to see what unfolds and what comes out of it. So it is quite something. Okay, let's see here. I am going to share my screen, but just give me one moment to do that. Here we go, because I have the chart for this full moon here, and hopefully you guys can see it clearly on the screen, and I can zoom in and out and kind of draw on it as well too. So that's going to be pretty fun. Mama Ocean says, we had a red sunset tonight, fitting for the Aries full moon. A red sunset. Wow. Yeah, very fitting. And then she also says the energy was funky and wonky. Intense but energetic feelings. You have South Node in Aries, Valerie? Kimberly says, I can't find my glasses, so might not chat much. It's okay, Kimberly. Don't worry about it. Okay, so the cool thing is that I was able to pull this chart, which is the chart for the Aries full moon. And what I want to focus on is starting with like big picture stuff and then going a little bit deeper into more detail about it. And I'm sure that this type of reading is going to evolve as time goes on, just like all of my things do, and grow, and it'll become a super awesome broadcast. So the first thing that I noticed when I pulled this chart was that this energy is like a projector energy, and this isn't a person, right? So when you're looking at human design and you're looking at a transit, because this energy doesn't have a body, you don't really look at the alignment of all of the planets that are in the subconscious energy. You only look at everything that is in the conscious energy, which would be, in human design, we call it the personality side. So we're only going to look at the personality side of the chart, because this doesn't have a body, right? It's like, it's a celestial energy. It's a transit. Dawn says, I can't imagine instructing big hours of training, Moon Goddess training before Argentina. I can't even get the quarantine. Oh man. Yep. There's so much going on. You know what? Like I've surrendered to the fact that there's like so much going on. Okay. But the very first thing that I notice about this chart is that it's a projector chart. It is like, if this was a person and they were born tomorrow, they would be exactly during this full moon in Aries. Any babies, I believe that they are going to be projectors. I think that's pretty much how it works. So what energetically does that mean for us collectively is that it's so interesting, because you have this frequency of a full moon in Aries, and it's got the power of Mars behind it, which is the planet of drive and motivation. And it's got this, energy of action. Aries is the spark that lights the whole thing on fire, but in a good way. It's like the spark that initiates, right? So we've got that beautiful energy happening with this full moon, but then we have a chart that looks like a projector, meaning that the centers that are sort of below the G center are not defined. So this is an undefined spleen, an undefined root, an undefined sacral, an undefined solar plexus, and also an undefined ajna. So the only centers that are colored in, which are these ones, are the ajna and the throat. And that's split between the G center and the ego center. So this is like a split definition. And so when you have split definition in a chart, it can make the energy wonky, right? Like we were just talking about. It's a little bit, it makes it more complex because you have these two frequencies, these two energies that are sort of, they're not like competing with each other, but there's no way where they connect. And so it kind of feels like there is a disconnect here. And I think it's so interesting because as a, having this sort of projector energy or frequency kind of means that there isn't the type of like, there's no motor to back this energy, except that the ego is defined. And so that is actually what is going to give the power to this moon, is the defined ego center, or it's also called the heart center in human design. So when we look at this side over here, you can see where all the planets are in which gate. So I'm going to do this in blue. So here is the sun. The sun is at the 57th gate. The moon, and I'm going to circle the ones that are kind of significant for us. And then if I feel like we need to go into more, then I'll do more. The moon is at the 51st gate. And they're both on the second line. We should probably also check out Mars. So Mars is at the 12th gate because he's the ruler of the sign of Aries. And we should probably also look at Pluto, because Pluto is also in a way connected to the energy of Mars. Mars rules both Aries and Scorpio. And so since this is a Mars ruled moon, let's go ahead and look at Pluto as well. So we'll start with that, with those things that we're going to look at, and we're going to see where are they in the chart. So if we have the sun at the 57th gate, we are going to have the sun right here in the spleen center. So this one is called the spleen. All right, that's the first one. The second one, the moon, is right here and the 51st gate, and this is the ego center. We also have, so Mars is at the 12th gate, which is right here. And this is called the throat center. And then Pluto is up here on the 61st gate. This is called the ajna. So we're just going to make this like educational as we go along as usual. I'm very much like, I get into teacher mode and I like to explain how things work. So if you guys like that, then that's a good thing. Hello, Joni. Welcome in. Hello, Maria. Welcome in. The actual moon here tonight is beautiful. I love that. Yeah, I can't wait to go check it out. And hello, Tim. Welcome in. I can't wait to go check it out outside. It's been really bright the last couple of days. Okay. So, but there's one more energy that I want to talk about, and it is Jupiter. And so Jupiter is right here. He's on the 25th gate, which is right here. And this is the G center. So we've got the sun over here. We've got the moon over here. We've got Jupiter over here. And we've got Mars over here. And Pluto over here. So hopefully that helps to get a visual of how kind of this stuff works. Are you guys having fun so far? Okay, so now that we know where all these planets are, now we can start to sort of fill in like the picture, fill in the information. So what I think is really cool about this this specific chart right now, the transit that is for the full moon, is how many of these gates, let me switch to red, how many of these, or maybe green, no, red, how many of these gates here, there's 1, 2, including the 25th, the 46th, and the 2nd. There are so many gates that are actually activated within this chart. And because this is the G center and it is the center of like direction, it like there's something about this full moon that is really strongly like taking us in a certain direction. And all the planets that are connected to these frequencies are the ones that are really the driving force, like the magnets, the magnets that are taking us in a certain direction. So that would be the nodes, of course. And it's so interesting that the nodes here are in the first and the second gate. So those guys are there. And then the 13th gate is Saturn, and the 46th gate is Mercury. So we've got, and Jupiter is included because he's in one of the gates of the G center. So the North Node and the South Node, Mercury, right? North Node, South Node collectively is like the direction to which we're going. The North Node is taking us towards this gate of, which is the second gate. And then the South Node is taking us towards, is sort of guiding us out of the karmic energy of the past, which involves at this moment, the very first gate. And then the North Node is guiding us towards, hey, let's move in this direction. So collectively, we're moving towards this energy of the second gate right now. And I have my other like really, really amazing book, and I want to kind of read from it because its descriptions about the gates are super, super interesting. So let's read about the second gate. I just have to find it for a second. And these are short descriptions that'll just give us some more insight into what this means. So what I'm talking about is the North Node here at the second gate. Why are the gates in the G center all activated? Well, I just said it's all those planets that are activating them. It's the North Node and the South Node. It's Saturn and it's Mercury and Jupiter are activating those gates. So those planets are on those gates, and that's what's the energy right now that we're feeling collectively in terms of the human design. I can talk hours about how astrologically that's connected, but I want to talk about the human design energy. So here we go. The second gate is known as the gate of direction of the self. And this is where the North Node is right now. So if this was a person, it would be somebody with a flair for innovative guidance. These people have an inherent alignment for where someone or something needs to go. The power of this gate can be symbolized by the acorn that knows how to become an oak tree, but needs the sunlight and the water of the 14th gate, which is the one it connects to, the resources and the commitment to make it happen. These people know where they want to go, but lack the ability to get there without the 14th. This is the key that starts the engine of the 14th. These are people that can get frustrated or exhausted from trying to do all the work themselves. They are not the ones who are necessarily here to do the work. Rather, they hold the gift of coordinating where and how the creative process is directed. And collectively, that's what the North Node is guiding us to do. It is coordinating where and how the creative process can be directed. Where's the North Node right now? It's in the sign of Taurus, and it's guiding us to find our connection to the earth. Uranus is also there too, which makes it a little bit of like a fun and unpredictable party. But the North Node is guiding us to where and how the creative process can be directed at Taurus, the earth. The secret for such people is to find the right allies in life in order that they can use their gifts. So collectively, this is the Richard Rudd book, Human Design Circuitry. So the secret for such people is to find the right allies in life in order that they can use their gifts. So right now, collectively, what we are searching for is our allies. This reminds me of the light workers. It reminds me of all the people that are out there in the world trying to, do the light, be the light. I'm just kidding. But do your own personal individual work, which in turn helps the collective. But I think the earth, I feel like this is a positive thing because the earth itself is saying, hey, I'm the one you should be focusing on, right? North Node in Taurus. I'm the one we should be focusing on. This is where you should focus your energy. Let's take it back to the center. Let's bring it back to Earth. And this is where right now this moon is also focusing on, because of all these things are happening at the time that the full moon reaches its apex. That's the significance. So it's a moment in time and the energy will shift, but the full moon and the new moon are significant moments and portals that guide us. They're the moments where we can take those little magical leaps that the manifesting generators want to take. The portals in astrology are the new and the full moons, and the eclipses are even stronger. But this is where the North Node is taking us. And the fact that there's so many defined gates here in the G Center means that there's a focus on direction. And that's the thing that I wanted to point out. The other planet that's really significant to point out is Jupiter, which is at the 25th gate. And the reason this is significant is because he and the moon are completing this channel. So let's talk about this channel. According to Richard Rudd and his book, this channel, the 2551, which is right there on the screen, the 2551 is a channel that is known as part of the individual circuit group, and it's known as the centering circuit. So this is Jupiter and the moon combined, creating and fully activating this channel. This is about empowerment, and this is very focused on the actual energy of the moon. Empowerment focuses on behavior, empowering others to love themselves also, because that 25th gate has to do, it's part of the vessel of love. Yeah, the vessel of love. It's ready to leap into the void. This is the frequency that wants to jump out and go find something exciting. It's empowering others by following your own unique direction. This is what the 25th gate encourages us to do. This is also the need for great courage to follow your convictions. So right now, Jupiter is inviting us very strongly. Jupiter is the biggest planet. He's very strongly inviting us to find the courage to follow our convictions, to follow what we feel is right for us. Because with the moon being at the 51st gate, this is about your intuition. This is about your emotions. And the moon also in human design is connected to the body as well. So it's trusting in the wisdom of your body. So this Jupiter frequency is saying, hey, pay attention to how you feel and have the courage. I'm helping you to have the courage that you need to leap into the void, right? To move into the void. What's really cool is my human design teacher, his name is Dylan. That's so cool, Lynette. His name is Dylan. He says that this channel is part of a, you have it? You have that channel, Valerie? You have it defined? So Dylan speaks to this specific channel being a part of a circuit called the mystical circuit. Yeah, I know, Mama. Oh, you have that. The mystical circuit, which is about initiation and awakening. And when I talked yesterday about the gene key of the 51st gene key, it goes from the shadow of, I can't remember, was it agitation? I can't remember what was the shadow, but it goes to the gift of initiation and then the city of awakening. And so as we find our courage, Jupiter, to let our love carry us forward, we also connect with our emotions. We let our emotions carry us forward. That's the key. What we feel deeply within is the power that's going to give us the willpower to do the things that we want to do, right? So here's what Dylan says about this mystical circuit. Awakening is in the design. What decides who wakes and who doesn't? One way to see it is if there are aspects of the mystical circuit in the design. These are powerful electromagnetics that have the potential to pull us out of one view of life or ourselves and into another. Our mystical experience help us wake up to higher principles in relating to our spirit, the tribe, and ourself, and commit to those changes in walking the new path, the new frequency, even if it means leaving behind the safety and conditioning of the tribe. Whoa. We can see that awakening begins in the tribal circuit, but fully realizes itself in integration, which tells us a lot about the mystic's journey. So the channel that we're talking about here is actually called the channel of initiation. The channel of initiation. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm going to look at my human design. Yeah, you should definitely look at your human design chart and see if you have this. It's the only complete circuit in your chart. Are you kidding, Valerie? Wow. Yeah, and we're going to talk about another one that's the only complete circuit in my chart. So here we go. The 25 and the 51. So the 25th gate is called the gate of the spirit of the self. It has to do with innocence. These are people for whom true initiation is to retain innocence despite circumstances. Like, wait, what? That's where Jupiter's at right now. This is the gate of universal unconditional love. This kind of love is a cool love as opposed to the hot love of the 46. People with this gate defined are capable of deep compassion for all life, although not necessarily for any one individual over another. Such people are always looking for the excitement and the thrill of the 51, which is known as the gate of shock. If they wait, they will get their fair share of excitement. These are people who are consistently initiated by life. They undergo many challenges that test and deepen their innocence. The result of facing such challenges is a deeper kind of innocence, like that of an old man compared to a child. That is powerful. And then the 51st gate. So it's that the love of innocence, right? The gate of the spirit of the self is that essence that lives within you. You can go online and search, what are some of the sites that you guys are using? You could use Jovian Archive. You can just you can go to myhumandesignchart.com. That one's a really simple one. I like to use it sometimes. So that's where you can pull it up. So what is the gate? The gate 51, which the moon is at. And also you guys, when Jupiter and the moon are connected, Jupiter is going to magnify anything that it happens, right? Which is so Jupiter is really like activating this 25th gate, the gate of the spirit of the self, of innocence, and then magnifying also the energy of the 51st, where the moon is at, which is our emotions, which is also our willpower because it's in the ego center. So the gate of shock, the arousing, people who need to test themselves in order to be either best or first at something. This is the gate of individual initiative. It is the only gate out of the heart and ego center that is not part of the tribal circuitry. These are people with a very competitive energy, which can manifest as either foolhardiness or courage. They love to shock people with their love of going where no one else dares. This is what the full moon is asking us to do. This is where the moon is. They are always looking for the 25, which there's a connection to it here with this full moon. A sense of spirit or the feeling of going beyond themselves. So this moon is asking us to go beyond ourselves. And Jupiter is saying, fuck yeah, let's do it. Like, how powerful is that, right? These people bring a sense of getting a phone call. These people bring a sense of unpredictability and excitement to life. So this moon is bringing us unpredictability and excitement. Okay, that's how we read that. And they have a particular gift of empowering others by shocking them out of their own little world and into the bigger picture. So guess what? This full moon is literally shocking us out of our own little world and into the bigger picture. I mean, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. So in a sense, this is what is the strongest energy here of this actual full moon. And it has to do with, right, the ego center, which means when it's defined, we have the consistent energy, the consistent willpower, let's call it willpower, to actually do the things we want. So we might feel a bit courageous. with this full moon. We might feel a little bit daring with this full moon because the moon is asking us to, like, it's like shocking us into like going into the unknown, doing something that we never, did before. And it's going to enliven and awaken our spirit. I think this is freaking amazing. So those are the two gates separately, but what does the channel represent? The channel itself is called the channel of initiation. And it has to do with this. It's like if you were a person that had this channel defined, your life is a series of leaps into the unknown. You are born with the spirit of a warrior, and you are here to learn to walk your path on your own. So guess what? We are being activated with the energy of the spirit of the warrior, and we are here to learn. We are being invited to learn to walk our path on our own, to take courage, to leap when the need calls, and to worry about the consequences afterwards. The mystical keynote is a mystical keynote channel called the Channel of Mystical Direction, a design of leaping into the void. In the mundane world, these people are deeply competitive. So the energy of this moon might make us competitive. By going into new arenas, stretching ourselves beyond our normal limits, shocking ourselves and others, we are here to feel the wonder of our own unique spirit. Yes, right, Mama? Oh, this is amazing. This moon is inviting us to feel the wonder of our own unique spirit. We are also being invited to test the limits of our endurance and maybe even end up transcending our own sense of power into a totally fresh, even mystical experience of ourselves. Like, wait, what? That is insane. We are able with this energy to initiate others into doing things that they wouldn't normally do. And we may be invited and feel called to love, to be the first to enter into a new arena and carry a powerful energy into whatever we do. Because we can empower others with this energy. And it is through that individualness of like, I want to do this. I want to be first. Let's go now. Let's do this. I want to jump into the void. I want to see what happens. I want to feel my spirit be activated and alive and fucking amazing. Like, wow, I'm blowing my own mind with this reading. This is so cool, right? Like, it's such a different perspective than astrology, but it actually adds to this. It's like it adds so much flavor to it. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is the other channel that is defined here. And the other channel that is defined is the 4323. And that is my only defined channel. So this is something, yeah, I'm hearing you saying leap. Yeah. So that is the only, channel that I have defined in my chart. So we're going to read about this one next. And it's actually being defined by, where are we at? Well, it is actually in the unconscious side, but I'm feeling like kind of a call to kind of just read this energy, this frequency right now. And you may feel a resonance to it or you may not. But the bigger powerful energy is what I just read, which was the 25. Yeah, right. No, we're fucking around. The 2551, but the 2343. Here's what this channel means. These are people that are here to impact the way others see things. At their best, they can totally change the way we think about something. They have a real capacity for innovative thinking that is based on improving the efficiency of how energy is used. This is not about gradual improvement and modification of existing functions, but thinking that can bring quantum leaps. In organizations, they always have the capacity to bring higher levels of efficiency. The other side of these people is that they can also be blurters and often go through life feeling like they are not really being heard. It is essential for them to learn to control the timing of when they speak or they will alienate themselves from others. Ideally, this channel operates at its best when it waits to be invited to speak. These are people who have a deep need to talk things through with others in order that they can hear what they know. It often comes as a surprise to them. Furthermore, when the channel is unconscious, colored red, which this is the case in this specific chart, this is a voice that speaks without knowing what it's saying. And this can either be a great gift or it can lead to great misunderstandings. So that energy is also alive as well. It's sort of like this frequency of knowing. So, but let's stick to what is the defined, or not defined, but let's stick to what is conscious and the personality side, because that's really the significance of the energy of this transit chart, which is really focused on only the personality side. So that's, I mean, in a nutshell, that's like the real true power of this moon, is that it has us, it's guiding us in a certain direction. And it's inviting us to like leap into the void so that we can feel like the freedom of our spirit. That's the beauty and the power of this moon in the language of human design. And it is about direction, and it is about the willpower to do the jumping into the void, because you find the courage to actually do it. You feel the courage to actually do it. So this is a great opportunity for us to do something, right? This is a great way to use this transit, would be to like do what it's asking us to do, because it's not just asking us to do it. It's saying, here, I'm defining this for you right now. I'm defining it for you. So for me, and for example, I'm someone who has an undefined G center and an undefined ego center. So basically right now, because this energy is kind of already happening right now into tomorrow, I feel like I have a defined G and a defined ego center. And I feel like this channel for me currently through the transits is defined. So there's a powerful call, or there's a courage that's like rising up within all of us that's saying, hey, I want to know what we can discover. I want to be like the adventurer. I want to be the explorer, and I want to just jump into the unknown so that I can see everything, right? So that I can feel my spirit, like the fullness, the full expansiveness of my spirit. So this is so powerful. And I feel like complete about that one. I think that was good for our first one. And I'll find a really cool way to sort of keep doing these readings. But I'm excited because what this means is that this is a mystical energy. This is a power. This says that the capacity, this channel itself is like, this is a big deal. This has the capacity to like literally shock us into a mystical experience. One thing that I know about Ra-Uru-Hu, who was the channeler, when he channeled the voice, which he calls it, that channeled human design, he had this channel defined. And if you have this channel defined, you're like made for shock. You can handle shock. So like, yes, it's the gate of shock, but at the same time, we are going to be able to handle whatever shock comes our way. And we have to remember that the shock is here to like kind of push us, nudge us, shock us into expansion and shift and magic, mysticism. So don't be surprised if tomorrow or this whole weekend you feel like you're having this powerful mystical experience, because that's really what's being activated right now. I think that's the coolest thing. It's an initiation. It's an initiation that can lead to a powerful awakening. And it also, because this is so cool, that this is what is transitioning us into eclipse season. That's another thing. Wow, that just came through. So this is the last full moon before the eclipses, before the solar eclipse in Scorpio and the lunar eclipse in Taurus. So get fucking ready is the conclusion to that, okay? Get fucking ready, because if this is the launching point, right? A mystical channel that basically is initiating us, shocking us, initiating us, shocking us into initiation so that we can activate the spirit of the self, our spirit, and be fully free. That means we're getting ready for a wild ride. We're getting ready for a wild journey. Wow. That's crazy. So this was super fun. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I didn't really look at the chat that much, but I hope that the message came through. Do you guys feel like through the human design language, you can sort of, understand what this full moon is about? That just brought so much more insight to me personally about this energy. And I can't wait to see, what's coming up next with the solar eclipse and then the lunar eclipse. So the next time I'll do also a human design transit reading for the new and the full moon. Fasten your seatbelt, everyone. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh my God. I loved it. I'm excited. Yeah. Okay. We're launching. Now I just got even more excited about this energy, right? Maria says this was fantastic. Awesome. Okay, cool. Love it. Love the feedback. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Tim says he downloaded his chart. What should I look for? Well, look for your type and your strategy. And yeah, just look for those two things and then just start there and then look up what does this mean? What does it mean that I'm a generator or a manifesting generator? Or what does it mean that my strategy is to respond or whatever is your strategy? Just look those things up on like YouTube or something and you get a little bit of an insight about it. I am actually getting ready to offer this human design. It's like a blueprint. It's like a PDF. It's like a little booklet for you guys that will have all the information about your chart. So give me about a week and I will have that ready to launch. So a lot of fun things coming this eclipse season. And then also I'm going to start doing my Atlantean astrology readings as well, which are very, very powerful to understanding, sort of your journey through your karmic lessons in life, through the relationships in your life, and how all of that, you can find it exactly in your chart, exactly where it is. It's hard to describe. I'll find a really kind of good description of what that is for that reading, but it's pretty freaking amazing. Yep. So you're a generator with this, the strategy is to respond. So good luck finding out more information about that. It's going to be fun, or you can get a mini reading next week too. So thank you all so much. I will see you tomorrow for the full moon ceremony. We got a little ceremony to do for this activation. And then if you're in the membership, tomorrow I will be uploading the meditation video for this full moon, as well as the PDF handout and journal that you can do to kind of like vibe with this frequency and what to focus on, what to write about, how to communicate all that just to yourself as a journaling exercise. So yeah, you've got too many things to get. Yeah, since like 10 years ago. Okay. So thank you so much for your support here on this channel. Share this video out if you thought it was fun. And I will see you guys again tomorrow for our full moon ceremony. Sat Nam.